If your whole week of the social media posts built for you over the night while you were sleeping.
And then you wake up in the morning to brand new, ready to go post. Now, here's the thing I use with Cloud Code for. They are going to spend 8, 10, 12 hours a week making sure those graphics look good, rearranging things by hand, hiring a virtual assistant to do that. Honestly, that is a virtual assistant job, or you're doing it, wasting your own time there. So in the next few minutes, we're going to forget the virtual assistant, forget all of that. Cloud AI, Canva, Code work well together, and this is really the job that you want to do. And today we're talking about how Cloud works with Canva.
Exactly. Therefore, stay with us. That when we're going to reveal all of the things that you need in the next minutes, we're going to show you how this job can be done for you in the right way, with the least amount of the time that saves you a lot of time that you can focus on your real estate business.
So the first thing we're going to talk about with Cloud Code is something I love talking about, which is automation. Not AI helps, automation. I love systems that do repetitive work that I have to do over and over again, or I have to pay someone to do over and over again. So I get my time and money back that is simply going to take my business to the next level, because now I am talking to people and closing deals while my cloud, I love saying that, is handling all of this information. And today we are talking specifically what we use a lot for social media with Canva.
Exactly. And then let's just draw this line for you, because most of real estate agents are standing on the wrong side of it. And here's the line. Basically, it is the whole video. If you are the one who has sit down and start, you are right now with the engine and say what I should make.
You are the engine. You are the engine.
What you want and what kind of material I should send out, what I should do exactly for social media. And this is not really automation, because you are spending a lot of time, a lot of thinking that you can focus on income generating real estate for your business instead of just sitting in front of the camera all day to post all those.
Now what you do is you have to connect Cloud, and I'm going to talk about how that works a little bit more, and you can ask it to start building for you. It can do the design, it can do the templates, it can resize it, it can do it faster than you could ever do it, or you could hire someone to do that. But really I want to say you are still the engine when it comes to creating that own design, unless you get to Cloud Code, which I'm going to talk about to the next level, when you're in a hands-off a little bit more, because that's what I love, being hands-off. But basically it's running because you ran it. The next post happens because you remembered to ask the question. This is not fast. This is how most people work it. Automation means that you are not out of the game exactly, but you're running it based on your needs and your repetitive needs that you do all the time. So you're building it on your schedule, on your own, and it's going to show up every single day because you are letting the system run. You are no longer just in control of every single piece, because you see how the system is running, and this is going to shift how we look at everything. So it's not that you have a new listing and you're putting all these houses, things together, and you have to go show a home. Basically, this is a system that's working even when you're sleeping, even when you're eating with your family. So let's talk a little bit about what I said, MCP, walk you through this thing, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit more what we do. Exactly.
For the beginning of the video, my wife talked about how can be done over the Canva, but first she needs to talk about this MCP that we were talking about and see how exactly works with the cloud and how it can automate all of your system for the social media.
Now, in your connections in Cloud, MCP is the bridge in which allows Cloud to run your Canva. And it's now doing it instead of talking to your Canva or your Cloud and saying, do all these things. You turn the connection on, you let the Canva talk to Cloud, it can go in there and connect. You give it what it wants, you give it the program once you have the program because it's studied enough of your systems, and Cloud is doing everything that you want. So if you want a social media post, you want a listed post, you want a house that's just coming to market post, it's not just throwing things around a thing. It's designed by understanding your brand, what it can do in Canva is basically what you want it to do in Canva. So let's just walk you through one of the things we do, and this is going to be about social media, but it can be about whatever you want. I have just listed, all of these things, and I just like / just listed and things pop up. But every one of these is an action. You just type in what it does, and then Cloud is going to go to Canva, and you're not touching anything after that.
Exactly. Therefore, my wife talked about all these things, but let's talk about these steps and what Cloud can do for you really in that Canva, and it can generate a design basically based on what my wife said from scratch. And what it does exactly.
For example, let's just say you want an Instagram post, very simple, 3 mistakes first-time home buyers make. We've seen this post a bazillion times, but it's going to be built in your brand, your way you talk, the way, this is your educational one, right? And it's not just fill in a template. It can fill in a template, but you want it to do more than that. You want to have testimonies from other people added in there. Fill in my testimony, or Claude's going to add whatever it is that you like it to look like. Same font, same color, same time. You can do it without babysitting as well. You can ask it to build a carousel. You can ask it to create a 5-slide carousel done in 1 second. You can redesign it for a different social media post. And it can all be part of a program to where you're saying, I want to do this one thing, run it 5 times, and then post it for me, so it goes the whole thing. So it can redesign, it can make the story, it can make the pin, as long as everything is connected. So instead of you quietly wasting your afternoon remaking that post or doing what someone else wanted or paying someone to do these things, now you're having it search your old designs, learn your style, learn your templates, reuse what works for you, find out what is basically getting the most clicks on your social media pipeline, seeing what worked the best in the past month, making new 3 variations of that, coming up with new content, coming up with new design. It can edit on the fly, and it can edit based on the data that you want it to read, which is what I just told you. It can change the data of the open houses, it can swap photos, it can do whatever it is that you want it to do. And it's one of those things where it can be repeatable, so it's not like I told you, /I've just listed, I'm getting everything I need based on my just listed, right? So I have a toolbox now, and this is why it's running automatically, and this is what I love. But this is the only thing. Let's talk about how automation even works.
Exactly. And then my wife wanted to talk about how this you really can basically automate that payoff for all of your time that you're putting and the energy, because while you're doing it, you're making the system. That system gets supervised, and then you can run everything. And based on what my wife said, you have the feedback from even your past posts and which one got the most attraction, and then you can even build a stronger post for the future.
Now, basically what we want to talk about with automation is you want to tell it what data set to read, right? So first it's here's the data, where do you get the data? And basically the word crone is not a witch. Like I used to think when I was first coming in here, I was like, why are we talking about witches all the time, Claude? But no, it's basically the word for chronos, which is basically an alarm clock. So I don't know why they just call it clocks, schedules, but they call it Crone, so we're just going to call it that. But the picture is what you set up in Crone, right? So in Canva, you can set up an automation. So every Sunday, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're fast asleep, Claude's building out your social medias for you when you wake up in the morning. So basically, you're going to have it in your system. Hypothetically, say this is your system. You wake up and you said to Claude, because you create the system, I want 3 educational posts, 2 testimonial graphics, 1 market carousel, and it's going to be branded, and it's going to look different from my week before, and then everything's going to be resized based on all of these different stories. Like you want a story, you want a pin, you want to have it there. So when you wake up, it's already done for you. You can look at it if you don't trust the system for a while. If it's approved, once you start trusting the system, you can just have it automate that part too. But then you are done. And that is the difference between an agent who wakes up and looks at what somebody else did, or once you start seeing it's working and it's going automatically, it is now hands off, and that's what I love. Well, Canva is a way to just have hands off, and you can have a system, Crone, running on whatever it is you want it to do. And that's what I love, creating whatever it is you want to do with it. And I just gave you one example of so many ideas you can come up with.
And or you can also follow the way that my wife does, because my wife likes to be even one day ahead of a time. That if something went wrong, because sometimes it happens, something goes wrong, and you wanted to have enough time to edit those or manage those for the next day, basically a schedule for social media, that you don't fall in trap, and then your post is not going to.
And if your virtual assistant is not going to complain, oh, I'm asking for too much stuff. That's not what I'm asking. And now it can make 5 posts or 50 posts without. Claude has its own way of complaining, but it's not going to complain about how much work it actually does, because it's not doing it by hand. It is doing it from one computer talking to the other computer and saying part of the system that it wants to do. So you're in control, and you don't actually have to be a coder, or you don't have to be techie, and you don't have to have gone a computer program degree, because I don't have a computer program degree, and yet I can do all these things. Because really, I want to make sure that you understand that you're running it in a schedule, and hopefully your schedule is working on a wrapper, so you're not wasting that many codes. A wrapper is when it's running on your computer system to where, or you've gone to the fancy way, you've uploaded it to a system on the clouds, then it's running when you're not there, and that's kind of the key.
Exactly. Therefore, automating doesn't mean that handing over your judgment. It basically is handing over the busy work and keeping the judgment. That's all it means. And second, this what we talk about is really a beginner-friendly version that we were talking about the cloud and how you can automate.
And we do have a more advanced version right here on the channel that we've already filmed, because we did the advanced one before the beginner one. So I just want to point out that there are so many things, and really the key is, what do you want it to do? Because it's now going to create what you want it to do, and it can repeat your task over and over again based on your wants and your needs and your desires, based on your business.
We are Adam Victoria Pinder, Icon Agent with eXp Realty. And in the description below, you can connect with us. We can have a nice 15 minutes to 30 minutes conversation to help you to level up your business. And don't forget to watch all our playlists and also subscribe in our channel. We love to hear your success story in real estate. Please leave us a comment, and see you next time.